My god, these women of these prides are also known to kill their cubs. The male lion can also identify ये जो cubs हैं वो उसके नहीं है, सूंघ के. Female lions pick out males basis the beauty of their mane.
I find elephants extremely fascinating because they are a very good example of matriarchy in wilderness. So they have memory roots which are passed on to their offspring. Lionesses on one end एकदम typical पति व्रता type की होती हैं.
We in fact had lunch with lions, no?
All the hippos are very scary animals. They have the highest kill rate of humans, by the way.
Even lions are afraid of hippos.
Yeah.
Really scared, really cute, really small but really agile.
हम लोग एक ऐसी मसाई विलेज में गए थे. We got to know a lot of their traditions and their customs, how they live even today. One big part of their wealth is cows, but they have this ritual of drinking cow blood. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Namaskar, everybody.
Welcome to an all-new episode. In this one, we are particularly talking about our trip to Kenya. So we went on this trip to Kenya and Tanzania a while back, and one of the highlights of Kenya was visiting the Masai Mara National Park, which is again on every traveler's bucket list, just like the Serengeti National Park, which we discussed in the previous episode. If you haven't watched that, jump to the previous video. But if you're interested in hearing more about Masai Mara, which is a national park in the southwestern region of Kenya, comprising of an area of 1,510 square kilometers, this is something you should absolutely listen to.
And you should listen to us because we are not experts. But we traveled with an expert who almost everybody who's rich and famous wants to travel with or has traveled with. And his name is James, who has also been a guide to our very own Ranbir Kapoor and Alia Bhatt.
Gotta give it to James. He was a very excellent guide, and the company that we were traveling with was also really good.
उनके वजह से तो ऐसे अच्छे अच्छे गाइड्स मिले हैं हमें अपने हमारे ट्रिप पे.
Absolutely.
Wanderers Beyond Boundaries.
Yeah.
WBBXOL on Instagram. Shout out to them for organizing the entire trip from Kenya to Tanzania to Kenya again, and also driving our own vehicles.
I think the best part about driving your own vehicle is that if you come across like animals or some really good action, as opposed to a safari or as opposed to being in a group or even by yourself in a safari, मतलब कुछ छोटे कम लोग ही हो एक ही सफारी ट्रक में, फिर भी you go as per somebody else's schedule, whereas over here, even though we were with such great guides, we could stop anywhere for as long as we wanted. Like if we came across a big lion pride, we could just stay there for as long as we wanted, sometimes even for 2 hours, which is why I loved this format of traveling.
So our schedule was different from Ralia's. People find it weird when I say Ralia, but isn't that their nickname? So yeah, so Ralia का schedule था सुबह 4:30 बजे से early morning में ही खत्म होता था, and then evening में they used to go out. As opposed to us, we started in the morning at 7 and we ended the evening at 7. So we were out all day, not just extremely early mornings. So ऐसे कहा जाता है कि आप एकदम सुबह जाओगे कुछ 6:30 बजे, 6-6:30 बजे, so there's a good chance that you'll see a little more activity, especially if the sun is rising or has not risen or whatever. ऐसा तो नहीं होगा, reason नहीं है क्योंकि lions essentially but not exclusively hunt at night. So you are expected to see a lot more activity right in the morning when they are eating and about to rest or going back home or going back to their territory basically. तो रालिया ने वो किया था, हमने थोड़ा उल्टा किया, which is doing a lot more. एंड अगर आपने आलिया भट्ट का वीडियो देखा है तो शी सॉ अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, बट टर्न्स आउट आई एम श्योर वी सॉ अ लॉट मोर थिंग्स. वी आर नॉट ट्राइंग टू compete, but nee, she also saw like a birthing of a gazelle or a zebra. We didn't see a birth, so credit to them that they were able to see it, but we saw a lot of wild animals, especially lions. We saw a lot of lions through the entire trip, and that was because we had somebody in our lead car tracking those animals. So essentially when you are driving on a safari or on a self-drive trip like us, you are supposed to track those animals, right? एंड वो ऐसे उनका वैसे नोटिस बोर्ड तो ऐसे लगा नहीं रहता है कि हाँ आगे से राइट है लेपर्ड्स, आगे से लेफ्ट चीता मिल जाएगा, ऐसा तो नहीं मिलता होता.
It's not like a zoo.
It is exactly opposite. So you have to track them down, like spot them. So I've realized what our guide did, James, was वो गाड़ी के ऊपर बैठे रहते थे and used to constantly just binoculars say he was trying to spot animals here and there in the trees, especially cheetahs and leopards जो उनको देखना था, हमें देखना था. एंड सफारी वालों दूसरे सफारी ट्रक्स के साथ बात करते थे. ये इनका सीक्रेट है या इट्स अ नोन फैक्ट दैट ऑल ऑफ दीज पीपल आर ऑलवेज इन कम्युनिकेशन विथ ईच अदर एवरी टाइम दैट दे पास और ऑन द रेडियो और टॉकिंग टू द फॉरेस्ट रेंजर्स. दिस इज हाउ दे एसेंशियली हेल्प each other track animals so that everybody in the national park has a good time. So since their relationship with each other is so good, it's okay that you are, say, traveling with not Ranbir Kapoor and Alia Bhatt's guide, you're traveling with somebody else's, doing a different safari or on your own self-drive trip जिसमें कोई और guide है. It's just that the community is so strong that they help each other out and you're able to spot animals quite easily
Yeah.
without spending like a bomb like Ranbir and Alia did, I'm sure.
Yeah, I heard that the place that they were staying at was like 3 lakh per night per person.
Oh, बाप रे.
Yeah, imagine that. But the good thing about Masai
अपना
Mara
तो
is
बजट ही मतलब एंटायर ट्रिप का बजट मसाई मारा का जो कंपनी दे रही है उससे कम है. इट्स $2,500
dollars per
per
person,
person.
which is a really good budget because Masai Mara
हाँ.
otherwise is expensive. People spend a minimum of, अगर Indian rupees में बोलो तो minimum of 5 lakh rupees तो उनके लग ही जाते हैं for a 4-day 5-night trip. But I have to give it to them. WBB is doing an amazing job and I couldn't recommend them enough. Not sponsored, they've not paid us to
Yeah.
say this in the podcast. We just had a
Nice
really
people.
good, yeah, we had a really good experience
Indian
with them.
folks.
Yeah. So
देसी लोग
Nidhi,
हैं.
yeah, Nidhi, who's the person who's running the show,
Co-founder
co-founder.
of WBB.
She's amazing, such an experienced lady when it comes to doing expeditions. She's done some of the best expeditions by herself as well.
Yeah.
Been solo driving for a
She's
while.
done Delhi to London. She's done Dubai to Durban recently, that too. And she is planning, or she was planning, a Nordic
Nordic countries ka expedition also.
Northern Lights hunting
Correct.
expedition.
So amazing driver, amazing lead, and leads some of the best experiences. And मैंने ये देखा है that a lot of people are scared of driving when
Yeah.
it comes to driving internationally or
We got
inside.
DMs, no, कि अरे how are you sitting in this car with a lion? And it was just the two of us sitting in the car. And I think that became a concern for a lot of people on DMs at least.
Yeah, but I think driving is one of those activities
Highlights.
was the highlight of the trip for us. And even if you think that it's a scary experience, just having some really experienced people with you, it does make a lot of difference, who can tell you ki where is it okay to go and not go. Just inside these national parks, there are certain areas where you can even off-road. There are some areas where it's not allowed to off-road. So having that information with you handy, with somebody who's leading you, is very important and crucial. And as long as you're following the right guidance, it's not difficult or impossible to drive inside the national park. In fact, it is the highlight.
Yeah, absolutely. And even when you're not driving your cars, you can get to drive the safari cars, which is the Land Cruiser. कौन से साल का मॉडल है मुझे पता नहीं है, बट वो जो ओपन सफारीज हैं जो हमने फोटोज में देखे हैं, इवन दैट वी गॉट टू ड्राइव ऑन आवर लास्ट डे बिकॉज ऑफ रोडिंग और थोड़े कच्चे रास्ते थे. तो हमें हमारी जो स्कॉर्पियोज थी वो हमें बताया गया कि ये गाड़ियाँ हम नहीं लेके जा सकते. सो वी टेक द सफारी कार्स बिकॉज दे आर वे बेटर इक्विप्ड to maneuver through those slushy / muddy / off-road tracks. So coming back to our Masai Mara trip, overall experience, how would you rate it or describe it in like a few words? Your 5-day experience in Masai Mara.
Yeah, I would say that it was out of the world. मतलब इतना travel करने के बाद भी this remains one of the highlights for me. एक तो this over here you get nature and the interaction of animals in its purest form. You can see the nuances of wildlife. किसी animal के चेहरे पे डर, alertness that they portray, like the topis who are always standing on top of rocks, and topi एक antelope होता है basically. They're always standing on top of a rock or some height and they're looking around constantly. Then very interesting birds that you get to see. मतलब everything. Nature in its purest, most raw form. So when you get to see something like that, it is out of the world. And for me, this was like a 5 on 5 kind of trip. What about you? How would you rate your experience?
Masai Mara is a small area compared to say Serengeti. It's a smaller area. So especially during peak season में जहाँ पे wildebeests migrate to Masai Mara from the Serengeti National Park, तभी ऐसे होता है कि because of the smaller size of the whole area, the per square kilometer ratio to number of animals in that per square kilometer is extremely high because of the almost 2 million animals coming in from Serengeti. So Masai Mara is one of the best places to spot animals that way, and it's not just during peak season. Let me just break this down in terms of
Yeah.
when is the best time to visit the Masai Mara. So yearly, let's look at it that way. But जैसे हम the worst time to go. Let's talk about the worst time to go. The worst time to go is April, May, June, which is the rainfall period. जो मतलब जून में बारिश खत्म होने को आती है, तो that's not a great time to go.
Because everything is slushy and muddy or
Yes.
it's just raining.
इस मतलब कुछ देख नहीं इस नेशनल पार्क ना के बराबर बंद ही होता है. The next best time to go, the third best time to go is during क्या बोलते हैं उसको, from November till नहीं from October till December, when the counter नहीं when the ulta migration is happening from Masai Mara to Serengeti. घास खत्म हो जाती है बाय अक्टूबर नवंबर-ish. अक्टूबर में घास खत्म हो जाती है एंड द 2 मिलियन wildebeest, zebras and gazelles migrate back to Serengeti National Park धीमे धीमे. So that's the third best time. The second best time would be when we went, which was from December till March, or from January till March. So this is a time where you don't get to see a lot of wildebeest in Masai Mara, but you get to see a lot of other animals, and it's far more beautiful. जैसे इसके पहले वाले time में you will see a lot more brown landscape, but now we saw a lot of green landscape.
Green, very, very green and
And
lush.
it was also budget friendly. So from June to December, it's peak season because there's a lot of activity going on. तो prices almost double हो जाते हैं, but January से prices कम हो जाते हैं. तो January हम जब गए थे बहुत ग्रीन था, बहुत एनिमल्स दिखे हमें wildebeest सेरेंगेटी में दिख गए थे और बाकी एनिमल्स जो हैं मसाई मारा के वो जब वहीं दिख गए. So this is the second best time, and the best time to go is obviously July to October, which is the peak migration period. July, August is the peak migration period, and us time pe is just that the rates are extremely high. It
Yeah.
is the biggest moment in natural known to mankind in terms of natural phenomena is the Great Migration, where like I mentioned, the 2 million wildebeests, zebras, and gazelles, 1.5 million wildebeests, 300,000 zebras, and 200,000 gazelles. ये उनका स्टैटिस्टिक है, स्टेटिस्टिकल डेटा है कि इतने एनिमल्स यूजुअली माइग्रेट करते हैं फ्रॉम सेरेंगेटी टू मसाई मारा. सो इट्स इसका मैंने एक रील भी बनाया विच इज़ वाई और हाउ इट हैपेंस एंड हाउ इट इज़ कनेक्टेड टू द सीजन्स. सो एसेंशियली ऐसे ऐसे होता है कि द wildebeests आर लुकिंग फॉर फूड, एंड इतने सारे जो फूड खाने के लिए निकलते हैं जहाँ पे भी जाते हैं ऑब्वियसली वहाँ पे सारी घास खा जाते हैं. उनके साथ चलते रहते हैं ज़ीब्रास, क्योंकि wildebeests कोर्स और लंबी ग्रास खाते हैं, ज़ीब्रास शॉर्ट मीडियम टू शॉर्ट ग्रास खाते हैं, और गज़ेल्स एकदम श्रब्स और छोटे छोटे और रूट्स खाते हैं. तो it becomes like a codependent situation and relationship between these three species, and that's why they migrate together. So wildebeest start for eating वहाँ पे ख़त्म हो गया, and then what they are genetically क्या बोलते हैं wired to follow the rains. So they are always following the thunderstorms or thunder clouds या जो भी होता है जहाँ पे बारिश हो रही है. तो क्योंकि जहाँ ज़्यादा बारिश हो रही है वहाँ पे घास मिलेगी उन्हें, तो वैसे फॉलो करते करते एंड इट जस्ट सो हैपेंस दैट वो मसाई मारा से सर्कल नीचे सर्कल शुरू होता है सेरेंगेटी में, पूरी सेरेंगेटी क्रॉस करके वापस मसाई मारा पहुंचते हैं.
Why don't you break down the months to us? जैसे अभी जनवरी से मार्च के पीरियड में where are the migration? Where are they at that point of time? Are they in Serengeti?
वो साउथ में रहते हैं, साउथ ऑफ सेरेंगेटी में रहते हैं. वो इट्स नॉट एग्जैक्टली कॉल्ड द साउथ, बट इन द सर्कल दे आर इन द साउथ ऑफ सेरेंगेटी.
Serengeti.
And then in April, May, June,
Yeah.
which is also their carving season, I guess.
Yeah.
This is their January to March is their carving season, but April, May, June they are in the
Center.
वेस्ट ऑफ सेरेनगेटी, वहाँ पे भी एक रिवर साइड है जहाँ पे वो लोग उनको शायद रिवर क्रॉस करनी पड़ती है वहाँ से, और फिर जुलाई अगस्त दे कम टू नॉर्थ ऑफ सेरेनगेटी।
Which is known as the Great Migration.
हाँ, वो क्योंकि वो इट जस्ट बिकम्स जो मारा रिवर है जहाँ पे माइग्रेशन होता है एसेंशली, जो इसमें क्या बोलते हैं बड़ी मात्रा में हमें देखने मिलता है, क्योंकि वो रिवर क्रॉसिंग पॉइंट्स थोड़े लिमिटेड हैं, 3 से 4 ही हैं एज़ पर माय अंडरस्टैंडिंग। तो वहाँ पे आपको एक्चुअल शेयर नंबर्स पता चलते हैं जहाँ पे ये सारे जो टोलियाँ हैं विल्डबीस्ट की सारी एक्यूमुलेट होती हैं अराउंड द सेम टाइम। इट्स वेरी वियर्ड, दे डोंट ट्रैवल 2 मिलियन टुगेदर, इट्स जस्ट छोटी छोटी टोलियों में सब साथ में एक ही डायरेक्शन में घूमते रहते हैं while eating it, because they've been doing this for years, decades, centuries, God knows when, because it was recently discovered in 1950s या 60s में ये डिस्कवर हुआ था कि एक्चुअल माइग्रेशन होता है, हर साल होता है, और एक फादर एंड सन ने ढूंढा था।
Oh, so it wasn't known to humankind much
या
longer.
इट वाज
In
नॉट
1950s it was discovered.
50 60s में डिस्कवर हुआ है, रिसेंट, उससे मतलब उससे पुराना नहीं होगा ये।
Oh, interesting. So we've not known of this migration before
या
then, but it's probably been going on for many, many
या
centuries and years.
they've been genetically wired to follow this pattern of following clouds and the rains and following the grass growing, मतलब for finding that grass in the same order, and they do it every year, same time पे same direction लेते हैं. It's very weird that it happens every year at the same time,
Same months also, within
same
the
months
same
also.
months
It's
also.
very funny. And then wildebeests are not known to be extremely intelligent animals like elephants. They are like slightly dumb also. But
They
it
just
just so
follow
happens, yes.
herd mentality.
Yeah. So great migration, they are classic examples of mentality. तो great migration जुलाई to अक्टूबर में होती है और अगस्त तक मतलब पीक देखने मिलता है, and it's just like it's sort of a massacre also, because the Mara River, where the point where people come to witness it, is where the most action happens. And वहाँ पे ऐसे Mara River में crocodiles usually is just like, even the predators are used to this cycle, so they are always there standing waiting for them to cross, and कोई ऐसे loose wildebeest मिल जाए उन्हें ताकि वो पकड़ के मतलब make them for lunch, make it lunch for them, और वो क्रॉस करते हैं या उसके पहले या उसके क्रॉस करने के बाद ऑब्वियसली लायंस भी होते हैं जो
उनकी
सर्कल करते रहते हैं वो
वेट
एरिया।
कर रहे होते हैं, उनके
हाँ,
इंतजार में बैठे होते हैं कि कब आएंगे ये लोग.
तो नवंबर अक्टूबर से दिसंबर भी यू गेट टू सी सम एक्शन, बट दिस इज द पीक टाइम वेयर यू गेट अ लॉट ऑफ एक्शन हैपनिंग एवरीवेयर इन मसाई मारा, एंड दिस इज व्हाई इट्स द बेस्ट टाइम टू गो. But the second best time is when we went, with January to March, in my opinion, based on what I've read.
Yeah.
So I think I ranted a lot, like I non-stop spoke about how or whatever I know about the
I think
Great Migration.
तूने जितनी भी गाइड बुक्स पढ़ी हैं अभी मसाई मारा के बारे में, तूने सब ऐसे बता दिया हमें.
It's very important to read about all of these natural phenomena, because it gives you more perspective about what you're seeing, and it adds more value into what that experience is and how you see it. Okay, oh fuck, that is happening. So many wildebeests.
You know what I find really interesting about this herd mentality that we just spoke of? So when all the wildebeest, and I've seen multiple videos of this happening, when they all reach the Mara River, obviously you've talked about how there are limited points. So उनकी झुंड ना क्रॉसिंग पॉइंट रिवर की जो होती है, जहाँ पे वाटर शैलो होता है, they're just waiting over there, like वेटिंग कि कौन इनिशिएटिव लेगा क्रॉस करने का सबसे पहले. सो फॉर द लॉन्गेस्ट टाइम दे जस्ट स्टे पार्क्ड एट द साइड ऑफ द रिवर, एंड दे नो कि रिवर के अंदर क्रोकोडाइल्स है, दे नो कि दूसरे साइड पे लायंस हैं, एंड दे आर जस्ट लाइक कि ओके वी हैव टू क्रॉस, वी हैव टू डू इट एनी हाउ. Who will take the lead? Then there'll be this one wildebeest who will suddenly take the lead and go into the water, and then suddenly the whole herd starts rushing.
Yeah.
It is so interesting and so mind-boggling how
You see
that
a lot of
happens.
such videos where they're just waiting for one wildebeest, one of them to just, take that first step.
Yeah.
And जैसे ही वो मतलब पहुंच जाते हैं, हाँ यही रास्ता है,
हाँ,
तो फिर सब जो दौड़ते हैं
दौड़ते
ना,
हैं एकदम ऐसे ज़ोर से दौड़ते हैं.
स्पेक्टेकल बन जाता है एकदम.
Yeah, I think that is what the photographers and videographers who reach Mara for this particular phenomenon, that is what they find the most interesting to film कि ये कैसे हो रहा है. And
And मतलब, as far as we know, it is only for food that the wildebeests are doing this, because the entire ecosystem over there just functions on food. And even though they don't have like a higher purpose, in terms of doing this whole migration, but they're doing this becomes the way the ecosystem survives, because obviously wildebeest is food for so many predators, and क्योंकि ये झुंड में घूमते रहते हैं सारे रीजन में, so those predators in those regions get like a pick of good meat, because these are very good, like तगड़े होते हैं wildebeests. तो every it's weird के they reach the Masai Mara exactly when the predators in Mara find it difficult to look for food. And
Yeah.
तभी हाँ तभी आगमन होता है wildebeest का, क्योंकि इतने महीने तो नहीं थे ना वो,
Oh, right.
तो कितना जितने होते हैं कम wildebeest zebras, वो मतलब it becomes scarce for like, I think at the moment there are 6 to 7 prides, I think right now in Masai Mara. Every pride has a territory, एंड उसकी में मतलब लाइन पॉलिटिक्स भी एक अलग ही टॉपिक है, बट ऑब्वियसली वो हंटिंग और वो सब की वजह से थोड़ा वो स्कैर्स हो जाता है उनका टेरिटरी, एंड wildebeest कम एट द राइट टाइम इन एवरी रीजन दैट दे गो to provide that healthy nutrition via the grazing that they have done
It's
through their own
crazy.
meat.
Crazy how nature works. But just to give everyone perspective, you mentioned that there are 2 million of these migrating animals. What do you think is the ratio of predators to these animals? Like 2 million के ratio में कितने lions होते होंगे? Some few thousands?
Few thousands. This lion population is also not very high. मतलब ऐसे endangered species नहीं है, but at the moment the Mara lion population is not stable. Usually it is not stable because lions are क्या बोलते हैं, fighting with each other. Okay, so there's this story of a lion pride which is nothing short of a South Indian super hit blockbuster film.
Really?
It's crazy. It's of a lion called Notch. I think 2009 to 12 period के time पे हुआ था, and him along with his 3 sons and then later 2 sons actually destabilized all the prides in the Mara region. And I can only imagine that lion with his sons walking into each part of the Masai Mara with like a South Indian villain ka background music behind, because what they did was extreme. It was unimaginable what they were doing, because it was against the ecosystem and how the lion prides function. So what happens is that in order to take over a pride for क्या बोलते हैं, a bachelor lion or a lion which has been removed from his pride, because usually lions who are adults, male adults, are removed from the pride because it becomes a problem before to become the alpha lion of that pride.
Oh, like an ego clash
हाँ,
हो जाता है.
ईगो क्लैश होता है, एंड देन यूजुअली वो बड़े हो रहे होते हैं तभी उनको निकाल देते हैं प्राइड में से मर्दों को, एंड वो बैचलर लायंस बन के घूमते हैं.
One question though for our audience.
हाँ,
Like very simple words में explain what is a pride?
प्राइड इज अ ग्रुप ऑफ लायंस,
Like a family,
अ
no?
फैमिली ऑफ लायंस. ऐसे फैमिली तो नहीं बोला जाएगा क्योंकि वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग वाले भी होते हैं. देर आर मेल लायंस इन द प्राइड इफ दैट मेल लायन इज ओके नॉट बीइंग द अल्फा एंड नॉट चैलेंजिंग द अल्फा, सो द अल्फा लायन विल लेट द अदर लायन मेल लायंस बी इन द प्राइड. यूजुअली ये होता है, बट निकाल भी देते हैं क्योंकि वो यंग लायन में उंगली खुजली हो जाती है और वो चैलेंज करता है अल्फा बनने के लिए. वो हर प्राइड में ये बैटल होता ही है यूजुअली, तो वो निकाल देते हैं. तो ये बैचलर लायंस भी अपना एक प्राइड बना के दे टेक ओवर अदर प्राइड्स इन डिफरेंट टेरिटरीज.
And एक pride में females can be more than one, but male usually is just one, like
नहीं, ऐसा
alpha.
नहीं होता है,
Okay.
बोलते रहो, नहीं होता ऐसा.
And females कितनी होती हैं?
फीमेल्स भी कितनी भी हो सकती हैं. देयर इज नो सिलेक्ट नंबर ऑफ 1 2 3 लाइन. इट्स नॉट दैट वे, इट डजंट वर्क. सो वो जो बैचलर लायंस हैं दे ऑल्सो टेक ओवर अदर प्राइड्स, एंड द वे दे टेक ओवर इज दे गो एंड किल द अल्फा फर्स्ट एंड दे किल ऑल द कब्स इन द प्राइड. एंड जैसे ही वो होता है दे आर नाउ द अल्फाज एंड क्या बोलते हैं, लीडर of the pride. So what the female lions of that pride do is immediately mate with all the new lions that they've come, so that they can make sure the क्या बोलते हैं, the race or the species does not go extinct at least, and immediately नए cubs आ जाते हैं. But this notorious group of lions, Notch and his sons, imagine he did this with his sons. Usually तो sons को इतना नहीं भाव मिलता है, sons को निकाल देते हैं जो lion रहता है, जो जो प्राइड का लीडर रहता है। बट ये क्या करता था, ये जाता था दूसरे प्राइड्स में लड़ाई करता था, वहाँ के लायंस को मारता था, वहाँ के कब्स को भी मार देता था, और कुछ दिन रह के वापस अपने टेरिटरी में आ जाता था। तो इसका मतलब ये होता है कि वो प्राइड का अभी कोई लीडर नहीं है, देयर इज़ नो बडी। एंड जो प्राइड का रूल्स रहता है, जो जैसे जेंडर रोल्स रहते हैं, जैसे द फीमेल लायन विल हंट एंड टेक केयर ऑफ द कब्स, मतलब प्रोवाइड फूड एसेंशियली, एंड द मेल लायन विल जस्ट टेक केयर ऑफ द टेरिटरी, लाइक मैं प्रोटेक्टर, the male lion is the protector, the male lions are the protectors of that territory. तो अभी वो डिस्टेबलाइज करके आ गया, वहाँ के सारे मेल लायंस को उसने मार दिया है, कब्स को मार दिया है, और वो नॉच अभी आ गया वापस अपने बेटों के साथ। तो वहाँ पे वो लायन प्राइड को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए कोई नहीं है। तो अभी मतलब वहाँ पे झगड़े होते रहेंगे कि आसपास के जो स्ट्रे लायंस है ना, वो कब्जा करने की कोशिश करेंगे। तो इसमें ये होता है कि नया लायन आया, उसने मेट किया होगा, और देखते ही कि अरे ये तो एक दो लायन ही है, तो दूसरे जो बैचलर लायंस है वापस अटैक करते हैं। तो वो जो लायन प्राइड है जो डिस्टेबलाइज हो गई है, वो कॉन्स्टेंटली उसी सर्कल में घूमती रहती है, क्योंकि आसपास के जो बैचलर लायंस हैं वो अपना स्टेक क्लेम करने की कोशिश करते हैं। और एक प्राइड को स्टेबलाइज होने में भी 6 महीने लग जाते हैं, 6 महीने से 1 साल लग जाता है, क्योंकि वो लायन को दूसरे लायंस के साथ क्या बोलते हैं, घुलना मिलना भी पड़ता है। देयर सम सॉर्ट ऑफ क्या बोलते हैं, इंटरेक्शन एंड रिलेशनशिप दैट दे फॉर्म, दे उनके साथ प्लेफुल नेचर भी रहता है, एक दूसरे के साथ खेलते भी हैं, कजिन्स वजिन्स होते हैं, बहुत कुछ ऐसे इंडियन फैमिली टाइप वाइब देखने मिलती है वहाँ पे। लेकिन ये जो नॉच था ना, वो सिर्फ एक प्राइड के साथ नहीं, उसने सारे प्राइड्स के साथ किया था ये। तो पूरा मारा ट्राइंगल मारा एरिया जो था, उसके ऑलमोस्ट सारे प्राइड्स में नॉच ने अपने बेटों के साथ अटैक किया था, और वहाँ की अपनी अलग अलग प्राइड्स को डिस्टेबलाइज कर दिया था। सो दैट बिकेम अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट पीरियड, बिकॉज नॉच वाज नॉट बीइंग एबल टू, वो नॉच वाज नॉट बीइंग डिफीटेड। एंड इट जस्ट सो हैपेंस दैट मे बी नॉच हैड पास्ड अवे ड्यू टू क्या बोलते हैं, नेचुरल कॉजेज, तभी थोड़ा स्टेबलाइज हो गया, लेकिन अभी भी फुल्ली स्टेबलाइज नहीं चल रही है लायन प्राइड।
Oh, it not only reminds me of South Indian movies but also Mufasa, Lion King
या
की जैसे उसमें वो जो white lions थे, they were coming and attacking prides and they
ओ
were just trying
या
to kill every pride possible. So I think
I am fascinated by how the lion pride functions. This one lion can mate with multiple female lions, and jo, for some reason, or for I don't know how, the male lion can also identify that ये जो कब्ज हैं वो उसके नहीं है, सूंघ के। तो उसको अगर पता चलता है कि हाँ ये मेरे प्राइड की दीदी है, आई एम सॉरी, ये मेरे प्राइड की महिला
दीदी
है,
है।
महिला है, और ये जो कब्ज़ हैं ये मेरे नहीं है, और ये मेरी गर्लफ्रेंड बीवी जो भी है, गर्लफ्रेंड बीवी तो नहीं बोल सकते, बट इसको जो कब्ज़ हुए हैं ये मेरे नहीं है, तो वो मार देगा उन कब्ज़
Oh
को।
my God. This is like they have a very patriarchal structure, right?
हाँ,
Lions have
patriarchal structure,
typical patriarchal
and
structures.
my God, these women of these prides are also very difficult to understand, because they are also known to kill their cubs, eat them up if required.
Why?
Oh, so survival is obviously the rule, is the necessity, bare minimum that you have to have that skill in order to survive in the wild. कि मतलब you have to have instincts, you have to be extremely healthy. So if the female lion finds out that one of its cubs is not healthy, she will either let it die on its own, or it will eat it up, eat the cub, consume it. And it's just very disheartening to even understand that this can happen. खाना भी एक्चुअली मैं समझ सकता हूँ, बट शी ऑल्सो अबैंडन्स द चाइल्ड। मैंने एक वीडियो देखा था यार इंस्टा यूट्यूब पे, ऑफ दिस कब, इट इज सच अ हार्ट वार्मिंग स्लैश इंस्पिरेशनल स्टोरी ऑफ अ लायन कब। उसका पैर ना फ्रैक्चर्ड था, या मोच थी, या जो भी था, इट वॉज नॉट एबल टू वॉक प्रॉपरली, एंड द lioness identified that कि अच्छा, I have 3 cubs and one of them is not able to walk properly. 4 cubs थे and one of them is not able to walk properly. So what she did was it did not let it feed on her. So whenever the 3 other healthy cubs were coming to feed on her, she was letting them. But जैसे ये आता था वो उठ के निकल जाती थी
Oh my God.
every time, and ये वीडियो है यार, every time he came to her she got up and left, every time he came to her she got up and left, and whenever they were walking like they keep moving, territory में भी घूमते रहते हैं वो लोग in order to hunt. So you see all the lions, all the females and the cubs walking together because they were able to keep pace with each other. But this cub was not. So this cub was lagging behind all the time and was still able to keep up with them. And it happened so that 2-3 बार हुआ, 4 बार हुआ, but the cub did not give up. End में the siblings of the cub saw that it's still trying, so they started waiting. They started waiting for the cub to catch up and they used to walk with it. And then the lioness noticed कि अच्छा ठीक है, survival spirit तो है. And then it let the cub feed on her. नहीं तो वो मरने देती उसको.
Yeah, nature is a bit harsh.
It is so harsh, like the fact that they eat the cub, they abandon their cubs, they kill cubs just to prove a point to show their dominance. It's just I find it very fascinating. And we've spent time with a proper lion pride, if you remember.
Yeah. Yeah, the pride experience was very good, but when you really get into the context of how they function, how lionesses are, how lions are, it is really mind-boggling. I think because lions are the strongest patriarchs in the wild in nature. No, matlab not every pride or not every animal species functions like them, but they are typical, very typical with their roles, with how they
Yeah.
behave, how they function. But still, they're the most fascinating animals for sure for many of us, and we had so much fun witnessing one such pride. हम कहाँ गए थे दूर दूर तक. We literally reached the border of Kenya and Tanzania to track that one pride that we were able to spot on binoculars, and Nidhi was leading the way, and we kept following her. The road also got very treacherous. There were big rocks in the way. And on that day you were driving and we
Yeah.
reached the very end, border ke along drive karke, and under a tree we saw such a big pride.
Our pride of lions just sleeping and resting. So it's known that lions are lazy. They're not lazy. They're just more active at night. तो वो पूरा दिन बस they regulate their body temperature and they are always resting क्योंकि पेट भर के खा लिया होगा सुबह इन्होंने और अब वो रेस्ट कर रहे हैं. उनको कुछ है नहीं करने को. धूप में कहाँ फिरेंगे. इतना गोल्डन हेयर सब मेंटेन करने का रहता है. तो they're just chilling and we sat and spent time with them. We in fact had lunch with lions, no? If you
Yeah,
remember.
correct.
I think having lunch with lions was such a core memory that I did not know I could ever have. कि हम लोग बैठे हैं केले खा रहे हैं सैंडविच खा रहे हैं and just right next to our car there's a pride of lion sleeping under a tree with a cub. with एक 2 cubs थे, 3 दीदी थी, एक भैया था. Very nice.
बहुत अच्छा था. And yeah, they were all just lying down, resting. मक्खियाँ उड़ा रहे थे अपने ऊपर से, and they were least bothered that we were there.
हाँ.
That was probably the first. No, not the first, but that was probably the second big lion, not lionesses, lion we saw in the day, who was just sitting, chilling, rolling on his back and sleeping. But what a gorgeous sight. Landscape was एकदम beautiful. पेड़ बोबाब ट्री था शायद जिसके नीचे वो
हाँ.
लोग रेस्ट कर रहे थे. The one lion on one side, the 3 lionesses आगे पीछे, वो भी लोटपोट हो रही हैं घास में सोते सोते. One cub hiding in the bushes and sleeping, and one cub right between the lion and the lioness, पेड़ पे ऊपर अपने paws करके
पेड़
सो
में
रहा है.
मुंह डाल के सो रहा था वो.
पेड़ में मुंह डाल के सो रहा था. That was hilarious.
It's very weird why it was doing it, but I'm sure कुछ ठंडक मिल रही होगी इसलिए वो कर रहा होगा.
Yeah, it was hilarious, but also the cub was so cute. It was such a tiny little cub.
Lion cubs are extremely cute. Young lions are extremely good looking. Old lions, like older lions, are extremely beautiful. It's very weird, like a full grown mane with like scars on their faces. A lion can look menacing and beautiful at the same time. It's very weird.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, they have a lot of good qualities also. हमने उनकी सिर्फ अभी बुरी qualities discuss की हैं, but they have a lot of companionship and
They are very
camaraderie.
shallow, okay. If you remember that Nidhi told us that they pick mates basis their looks. Like female lions pick out males basis the beauty of their mane.
अच्छा.
I remember this, she told.
But they're also very playful. जैसे वो जब एक दूसरे को मिलते हैं तो अपनी नाक रगड़ते हैं एक दूसरे से. They
हाँ,
always greet each
greet each
other.
other.
They always say hello, like good morning, good
Yes,
afternoon. वो सब
very
करते
nice.
हैं.
Very Punjabi family.
Very Punjabi family. And then the lions also play with each other. एक दूसरे के साथ games खेलते. They sneak up on each other. They play pranks on each other.
Oh, that's to teach each other skills. And a lion, a father or a mother will actually pretend to get scared when a cub is sneaking up on them to teach them and increase their better their confidence, because sneaking up on them playfully is not the objective. Teaching them to sneak up on prey is the objective. So
Oh.
positive reinforcement say they try to teach this skill and impart this knowledge. That's why it's so intriguing and so fascinating that this whole pride of families function this way. I'm sure the other families, other animals also, but research has more evidence for lion prides. But if you think about it, it's not just lions. यहाँ पे एक spectrum है patriarchy का, all those rules, regulations that you see in Indian society that the lion pride is following, and then you have something extremely opposite in the elephants that you see
Oh, yeah.
with matriarchy.
I find elephants extremely fascinating because they are a very good example of matriarchy in wilderness. So we've discussed one side of patriarchy, but these elephants, they have a very good natural gift. So I don't think a lot of people who are hearing this would know, but female elephants, they actually pass on genetic memory to their offspring.
Yep.
And it's passed on from female to female to female. So imagine a centuries old female elephant would know where to, for example, look for water in the wild. कि वो spring कहाँ है, कहाँ जाना है, what are the routes. So they have memory routes which are passed on to their offspring. And even an elephant who's born, let's say 400 years later, would know exactly where to go, what route to follow to find that same water source. Which is why we nowadays see lots of conflict between wild and obviously humans.
Especially in Kerala and Karnataka,
Yes.
because it's not the elephant's fault.
Yeah, they have memory routes, like literal memory routes that tell them कि उन्हें कहाँ से जाना है, which place they have to go to, where are they supposed to find water. And this is ancient wisdom, which is why the matriarch is the most important person in the elephant family group. And उनके भी family में similar चीज़ होती है that the males are banished from the group, from the herd. So the matriarch and all the females, they travel together in a huge group usually, and all their offsprings also travel with them. But as soon as the male elephants come of age, they are mostly banished from the herd because they can't be the main, what do I say, main caregiver of the group ever. So the main matriarch will always remain the main, which is why all the male elephants are banished. So male elephants mostly remain in wild either in isolation or a few groups of males,
Bachelor groups.
together. So let's say a 3-elephant group can be together. But you will see large herds of elephants, and if you ever come across a large herd of elephants, it's mostly going to be a group of female elephants with a matriarch in the group and their offsprings. And they only allow a male elephant into the herd when they want to mate. And uske liye bhi they have a qualification test. When males come to please them,
Yeah.
they'll try to enter the herd, and फिर वो matriarch देखेगी कि okay, does he have the right qualities? I'm gonna judge this elephant from head to toe and see if he's capable.
I know what they're judging though. It's very weird.
Maybe their strength, maybe their appearance, maybe their capability
How
of
long
mating.
their tusks are.
Maybe.
Okay.
So that is how it
Awkward.
operates. Awkward, yeah. But that is to me very fascinating. कि nature में both these groups of animals exist and they're so far removed from each other. Lionesses on one end एकदम typical पतिव्रता टाइप की होती हैं कि हम लोग लायंस के पहले खाना भी नहीं खाएंगे, हम हंट करेंगे लेकिन वो जब तक नहीं खाएंगे हम नहीं खाएंगे. But on the other, yeah, that happens apparently. But on the other hand, the elephants go like, कि, okay, we decide who's going to be allowed in our herd and who's not.
Yeah, sure. The thing is, elephants का जो इंडिया में सीन है ना, that becomes a little. Initially, my opinion on elephants was not as great because I was scared of animals. I was scared of elephants because of our stories in Kerala. Okay, oh, they attack you, they run after you, which is still true. Like you can't. It was told to us that if you see a solo elephant, you don't turn off the car. You keep the car running, and in case it approaches you, you leave immediately. You're not testing it out. Okay, oh, let's see, maybe it's not coming to us. No, you keep the car running. But usually does not happen. But in Kerala, a lot of these things are happening because of encroachment, क्योंकि हम उनका टेरिटरी में अपना घर बना रहे हैं. वो तो अपना जेनेटिक मेमोरी से वही रूट फॉलो करते जा रहे हैं. हम वहाँ पे अपना घर बना देते हैं और फिर बोलते हैं अरे अरे तुम ये रूट पे काय को. तो ये और ऊपर से सिंस दे हैव these great memories and great memory power, and they can't identify between you and I. Like if you throw a stone at an elephant, it's a human throwing a stone at the elephant. So if that elephant comes across me or somebody else which is of your figure, yeah, of your appearance, so for that person, for that elephant, you are a threat, I am a threat, all humans become a threat. So वो एक दो तीन लोग ऐसे होते हैं जो परेशान करते हैं, छेड़ते हैं elephants को, and उन्हीं के वजह से these elephants are aggressive towards humans. So it's not their fault at all. It is entirely our fault that our relationship and our actions have uh, put a bad label on elephants, at least of this country and of these states. I don't want to point fingers at anybody, but we all know, like everybody knows this, but we still make it news, ke, oh, elephant attack, elephant gone wild. No, no, no. We are the ones who are wrong here. They are so sophisticated and so polite with each other. मैं अन्नमलाई वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी में था, एंड देयर इज दिस एलिफेंट रिजर्व जहाँ पे वो नहाने आते हैं. देयर इज दिस बेदिंग एरिया विच इज़ क्वाइट पॉपुलर, एंड आई हैव सीन देम come in groups and make space for the new group. Like if it's a वो river stream में नहा रहे हैं, तो for example एक group नहा रहा है, तो they see that there's a new group coming down, and वो group नया आ रहा है, तो ये जो पुराना group है वो थोड़ा साइड में चला जाता है ताकि वो नए group को एंट्री मिल जाए, और फिर अपना काम खत्म करके वो निकल जाते हैं, और वो धीरे धीरे करके निकल जाते हैं, और वो दूसरा ग्रुप आने लगता है. तो जैसे ही दूसरा ग्रुप आता है, ये पुराना ग्रुप है वो अपनी जगह बना देता है कि हाँ, लेट द अदर न्यूअर पीपल कम इन, and this whole circle is going on in front of me. I saw this. This is not even a second-hand story. I stood there and I saw them in the evening. I went back to hotel. I came back at night and I saw the same process happening so eloquently and so politely. There was no fighting, nothing, and it's just that I just realized that animals are so much better. Elephants are so much better than humans.
Yeah. Yeah, it is true. I've also seen this happening in Zimbabwe. I was at a hotel where you could see wild elephants come and drink water from a water hole. Same thing was happening. Huge groups of elephants, in fact, as a 20 elephants ka group coming and chilling at the water hole. As soon as they see another family approaching or a herd approaching, they will leave. They will make room for them and let them come and enjoy the water hole. They will not take up the space. They will not encroach that area for longer than their time. So they are very sophisticated, you're right. And these animal-human conflicts are very sad, and they're only happening because we are encroaching on their land. So,
But elephants and lions are not the only animals that we spotted in the Masai Mara. We saw so many animals that actually how many animals, number of species did we see?
I think 28 plus. 28 के तो मैंने notes बना के रखे हैं, but so many. And you know what? Every species of animals has something very interesting about them, like hyenas.
Yes.
They're also, I think, matriarchal in nature, but they hunt and they're very dog-like. Then how they hunt, how they kill their prey, the predators. Predators का क्या ranking होता है? कौन-कौन से ऐसे animals हैं जो herbivores हैं? How do they survive? How do they depend on each other? How you mentioned कि wildebeests and zebras and gazelles का कैसा cooperation होता है amongst themselves. So I think the best way to enjoy a safari experience is if you read up about animals, and if you read up about their nuances and how do they operate. Those things make your experience even more fun.
Exactly. Maybe you should you want to tell them what our schedule was from morning to evening, like talk us through one of our safari days.
Okay. So we did, I think, 2 full days of safari in the Masai Mara. One of the days we were in the Mara Triangle. So we typically started our day at around 6:30 a.m. Then we entered the park by 7 o'clock, let's say, paid the park fees at the gate, and then enter करते ही बहुत सारे हमेशा zebras and giraffes and elephants
Giraffes
दिख
and
जाते हैं.
elephants स्वागत करते हैं
हमेशा
हमेशा.
हमेशा. So it's so strange that the animal density over there is so good that you get to see giraffes तो ऐसे दिख जाते हैं, मतलब they're just there.
Right.
By I think 4th or 5th day you will start undervaluing these
हाँ, क्या है
animals.
जिराफ ही है. जिराफ तो बहुत
First
देखे
day
हैं.
you get so fascinated and you take so many thousands of pictures. Second day you're like, okay, yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, last couple of days में we barely have any giraffe and elephant photos. नहीं,
Yeah,
elephants हैं, giraffes नहीं है.
correct.
We
So
stopped.
that's how you go. And then in our case, our guides asked us that what are the animals that we want to see. So on one of the days, we said that we want to go spot some cheetahs. And because we were on this self-driving safari, we almost drove for 3 hours that day
Hmm.
to just spot
300 kilometers.
300 kilometers, but and also to and fro करने में भी तो
Hmm.
3 hours हो गए. So 300 kilometers that day just to reach that point where we could spot a proper family of cheetahs, and we spent so much time with them after that. After we got there, 1 घंटा spend किया, and we could do that because we were on such a customized and
Yeah,
no
हमें
other.
चीता देखना है तो हम चीता देखने
हाँ,
जाएंगे.
and no other safari company will do that for you, by the way.
Hmm.
As or so I've heard that they won't drive you 300 kilometers for sure.
But do you remember it was so sad to learn about the cheetah's story when we reached there
Yeah.
because they were so lazy.
Yeah, correct. So apparently, this particular family in the Mara is very famous. So there are 4 children and 1 mother as a family of 5. But these kids are so lazy and बिल्कुल ही ऐसे dependent on the mother.
Yes.
They're good for nothing kids. Sorry to say that, but they don't hunt. They don't move a finger. The mom struggles so much to hunt for them and to
Hmm.
get the food for them. And ये cubs बिल्कुल ही useless है. उनको खुद से आज तक hunt नहीं करना आता. And they've become proper adults now.
Yes.
So
And the mother had fallen ill, and the rangers had taken her to get her treated, and they also wanted to separate her from the
cubs.
so that they now fend for themselves because the mother was not able to feed them
Yeah.
on her own.
But this
So the cheetah mother takes care of the cubs for the longest time, and in fact, cheetahs are also known to remain together. In terms of siblings do tend to stick together for their entire lives.
Yeah, but see, the rangers taking care of them is usually not, it does not usually happen in such national parks. The rangers are just there to see कि कोई hunting नहीं कर रहा, कोई illegal activities नहीं हो रही. Normally, rangers do not interfere with the regular functioning of these animals. But in case of this family, they have to, because they have to at least monitor the cubs and see the cubs what they're adults now.
But because the cheetah population is also not like it's a
Great,
little
yeah.
endangered.
Yeah, it is.
So they have to make sure that the cheetah family survives and they learn and all of that. So there's special treatment and care for this family.
Yeah, and they monitor the kids in the sea, whether or not they're okay and if they're doing fine. So they maintain their distance, but they keep an eye on them. And we had the fortune of meeting these 4 kids who were resting under the shade. And we sat there, saw them move around, saw them taking an
Barely
angai.
move around. They didn't even move their necks barely.
They
They're
just
lazy.
looked really scared.
Really scared, really cute, really small, but really agile.
Yeah, so cheetahs apparently are very cat. They're not, humans are not on their menu at all. They're very cat-like. So you could actually really, if you are a cat lover, you could actually spend a lot of time with them, just observing them. You will have so much fun doing that.
Yes, and we can actually speak about, there's so many instances. We went on a river safari, walking safari, where we saw crocodiles. We even saw a hippo run back to its pond, and it felt like, मतलब ऐसे होता है ना कि तुमने किसी को ऐसे बाथरूम में से निकलते हुए या बाथरूम में भागते हुए किसी को देख लिया, क्योंकि hippos are not usually seen outside their ponds. And they were just running back in the morning because they go out to hunt and to hunt and eat the herbivores, eat at night, and then morning when they try to like run back to their ponds. So we saw that, and
We saw one such hippo, and it was
Yeah.
funny because the way they
so
run,
भाग रहा था.
all the hippos are very, very scary animals. They have the highest kill rate of humans, by the way.
Yeah.
They're the most dangerous, even though they're herbivores.
Even lions are afraid of hippos.
Yeah. If hippos attack you, you are, I mean, you should stay the hell away from hippos. They kill the most humans in a year
Yeah,
as
if you're
compared
on
to any
foot,
animal.
you have a very low chance.
Very low chance of surviving a hippo attack because they are so ferocious and they
and they are
have
fast.
fast and they have such sharp teeth.
Deceptively fast.
Yeah, sharp teeth. They have sharp teeth. They're deceptively fast and very, very good hunters. Although they're herbivores, but they still hunt in case they feel threatened.
Hunt me, attack.
Yeah, the hippo was hilarious. But मुझे walking safari भी बहुत अच्छा लगा because we had like proper rangers with us who were armed and everything, and we got an opportunity to get off our car and walk right next to the Mara River. And कितने बड़े-बड़े हमने crocodile spot किए
Hmm.
जो अपने almost rest period में थे because this was in peak migration period.
Hmm.
So they were just chilling.
Hippos भी थे, crocodiles भी थे वहाँ पे. We saw a lot of. We didn't see a lot of movement and action, but we spotted all of them very easily. And हाँ मतलब जब important to know let everybody know कि वो forest rangers थे हमारे साथ with guns
Hmm.
who were making sure that we remained on path all the time. There was मतलब लीड में एक थे जो गाइड कर रहे थे और स्वीपर थे एक जो मतलब मेकिंग श्योर दैट एवरीबडी is reaching the point that they're supposed to.
I'm glad that we visited at a point where the Mara River was so peaceful and we could actually walk next to it, because otherwise in the Great Migration period, obviously there are so many cars who are there to witness the migration and they're all there at the crossing points, and then obviously there are so many wildebeests and you don't want to interfere with their natural activity, so you won't be able to otherwise walk next to the river.
On that note, you can one thing that is debated on our Instagram reels that we have put out, oh, how are you stopping? So we can actually stop and in fact do like a picnic of some sort under trees and under designated areas, as long as there's a guide with you, and there's always a guide with you. You can never drive on your own. Either there'll be a guide or a forest ranger in your car. और हमारा तो ऐसा था कि हम ग्रुप वाले थे इसलिए हमारे आगे वाली गाड़ी में गाइड था. एंड this is something which is allowed, where you can in fact stop, take a breather, take a rest, do your lunch, take a snack outside the car.
But obviously, if there's a pride of lions right next to you,
We were
then
not allowed
you were
to.
not allowed to step out of the car. Then we had our lunch inside the car only.
Yeah, the guide took us to the right space where we can get
Yeah.
off. And we मतलब वहाँ पे एक फोटो है हमारा वीडियोस हैं where we are just like taking photos and videos outside the vehicle with the background beautiful landscape of the Mara, and लोगों को लग रहा है कि ये which is not right. नहीं, this is extremely right. There were rangers around the car vehicle just going around, and there were people stopping at the border also. Kenya Tanzania के border पे we saw so many cars, I remember, under trees. There was literally ऐसे हो रहा था कि probably मेरे distance पे वो lion है जो हमने देखा था, who was sitting with its prey, and दूर in the distance maybe like 10-12 kilometers away I saw like a few cars stopping and people getting off near the border and doing a picnic. वो हो रहा था and it was under with the rangers and also it is possible, and it's so much thrilling and fun. It's safe but thrilling. It's a wonderful experience doing this in the Masai Mara.
I got another question very quite frequently when we posted those videos. Ki, how are you off-roading in these national parks? So there's another thing that you can off-road in areas where it's allowed, but in most of at least the greater Mara region, off-roading is not allowed. But
Yeah.
Mara Triangle mein it is, in some places it is allowed, and also this depends on who you're with and if your guide
Yes.
will tell you ki okay, this place it's okay, this place it's not okay. So off-roading in certain areas is allowed, and we've actually done that, which is another reason why we really enjoyed our self-driving experience.
Even for the cheetahs, like we went off road, but it was literally the rangers who directed us. Catch up, there's the family. You can go quickly check. We are standing here. So we went, we checked, we had a good time, clicked photos, videos, came back.
Right.
Very easy.
So that is allowed.
Everything, because for them, the national park runs on tourist fees. So they would want like nice people, good people who follow rules to enjoy and have a good time, because everybody is nice and kind. Like we didn't face any issues otherwise कि अरे खराब लोग हैं, rangers rude हैं, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं हुआ.
नहीं,
Very sweet and nice people, because inherently they are very kind. Like the Maasai people are so sweet and kind. थोड़ा है उनके भी gray areas, but they are very sweet. You remember we went to, did we not go to the Maasai village?
Yes, that was actually a very good experience. So, besides our 2 days of full day safaris, we also went to a Maasai village. And Maasai people, the tribe, is one of the oldest known tribes of this region. And they still live in their very indigenous ways even today, minus the fact that they don't wear skin anymore. The पुराने ज़माने में ऐसे होया करता था that they used to wear the hide of animals as well, like cow hide as their clothes, and they used to kind of put a red color to the skin and wear it. And that was their otherwise dress. Nowadays, what happens is they wear red clothes and उनके same उसी format में covering their thighs and their chest partially, and they still continue to wear their traditional dresses. Now it's made of cloth because it's more
Mm.
abundant and available, but they still wear their traditional red colored outfits only, and that is how you identify them from even a distance because of दिख जाएंगे उनका red color बहुत ही prominent है. In the older days, in fact, because these Maasai people used to also hunt lions, so even lions used to be scared of them.
Oh yeah,
This practice was banned
lions are
quite
still scared of them.
are still scared of them. This practice was banned quite recently by the Kenyan government that they can't kill lions anymore.
25 years ago.
25 years ago, so not even that long back. But their way of coming to adulthood, especially for the men of the tribe, used to be fighting an actual lion. So our guy James, he had this huge scar on the back of his leg, on his calf, which is actually a lion's क्या बोलते हैं, नाखून
Hmm.
scar from that, because he has done that more than 25 years ago. He has come of age by fighting a lion.
Yeah, and you do that in groups, not solo. You like go in a bunch of these young men or teenagers of Masai teenagers, and they battle a lion. And if you are able to kill a lion, you are highly respected.
Yes.
वहाँ पे ऐसे एक मेन भी थी जो लोग पहनते हैं जिसके साथ हमने फोटो खिंचाई, which I didn't like it, but yeah, there's this photo of this. It's their culture, so I don't get to judge them. But it is one of those things that they do, which is, there's one person उसके पास lion mane है of the lion that he killed.
Yeah, so these things are, but they're very fascinating also in their nature. हम लोग एक ऐसी मसाई विलेज में गए थे. We got to know a lot of their traditions and their customs, how they live even today. One big part of their wealth is cows. So they think कि जिस family के पास ज़्यादा cows हैं, या फिर that is how they measure wealth, कि किसके पास ज़्यादा cows हैं. And one very interesting ritual that we saw happening, which obviously being absolute animal lovers and also vegetarians and vegans ourselves, we were a little also taken aback by कि oh अच्छा ऐसा भी होता है दुनिया में. But they had this ritual of drinking cow blood.
No. They have a ritual of drinking cow and milk.
Cow
Cow
blood
milk and blood milk.
Cow blood and milk mixed every single morning. That's their breakfast. And the way they drink it is they don't kill any animal for doing that. They extract the blood of the cow by first binding uska neck and getting a vein. तो उसके ऊपर थोड़ी देर के लिए ऐसे एक स्ट्रैप डालते हैं, and then they have a special bow and arrow which they use. And trigger warning, actually, if in case you don't want to hear this portion, you can just skip this part and fast forward it. But उस बो एंड एरो को एक उसकी वेन जो निकल आती है ना स्ट्रैप डालने के बाद काऊ की, उसके ऊपर पॉइंट करते हैं, एंड देन दे डू अ क्विक शॉट ऑन इट, एंड उसमें से एक स्ट्रीम निकलने लग जाती है विच दे कलेक्ट इन अ वेसल. And once the vessel fills up fully, they close off the wound of that cow and they open the strap. And as soon as they unlock the strap, जैसे हमारा वो blood test में blood नहीं निकलता, same way से. So that's how they collect the blood. And then because they have so many cows in a cyclic routine, they keep doing this with each of their cows every single day.
They also told us it's healthy for the cow.
Yeah,
It's like
according to them.
donating blood only.
Yeah.
So it's according to research, it's healthy for the cow to do this. But I don't see the I mean, ठीक है, it's my opinion. Like, क्यों कर रहे हैं ये? What's the point? But according to them, it's like the elixir of life. It's very healthy for them. Everybody drinks cow milk and blood mixed every morning.
Yeah.
So every
Everybody.
morning they do this ritual of finding a cow, taking its fresh blood and milk out.
Huh. And each cow gets to donate its blood every 2 weeks, because by the time they circle around with each cow,
And 2-3 weeks
2-3
मतलब जो
weeks
भी
maybe,
होता है.
and जैसे ही उसका वो घाव मतलब उसमें से सारा निकाल लेते हैं, उस पे गोबर लगाते हैं to close it, and then they let the cow run
And
away.
heals.
It heals.
This is a practice that they've been doing for many
Centuries.
now. Centuries मतलब ever since they are known existence.
Yeah, so that was a little weird to watch. We saw that ritual happening in front of us because we went early in the morning to their tribe. And we also interacted with everybody in the tribe, how their houses are made. We saw that, how their women make jewelry, how they were selling it to the tourists, because that is also their means of earning some amount of money. And these tours also that they organize to their village, that is also at times paid for, because they charge a certain fee for people to come see their village, which is, I think, fair, because it's a part of their culture that you're getting to witness as a tourist.
Yeah, they also have expenses. अभी वो school वूल जाते हैं. जैसे James is somebody who's not dependent on the tribe and the ways of living of the tribe. He runs his own business of being a guide. It's not that he's not a Maasai. He is still a Maasai, but he's also taken a different route in his life, and he's very open about it. And you can, like any Maasai you speak with who's not a tribesman or woman, they'll explain their ways of life, how they've grown up, because they all of them grow up the same way. It's just then they choose in adulthood to do something else.
And nowadays, they're also going to school, their kids are going to
Yeah.
school. And while they are still trying to keep some of their old ways of living intact, but some of it is also changing with the ever changing world. But this was one experience of a tribe that we met with in the Masai Mara region and in Kenya, which was quite fascinating. And there, especially the morning ritual was
Yeah.
interesting at the same time, but also very difficult for us to swallow कि ऐसा भी होता है.
But otherwise, it's a great place. All great people, very nice, very kind, very warm, very welcoming. This is just I don't want to judge them and label them because of this, but very nice people. All of them were great. They interacted very nice. We in fact did a dance with them. Both you and I separately did like a welcoming, joining the tribe sort of dance with them. Wore their clothes, wore their jewelry, danced around, interacted with everybody. And so much else.
I got to meet little calves. That was so cute.
Yeah,
Little cow calves.
while they treat cattle this way, which may seem barbaric to us, but for them, वो उनकी संपत्ति है. The more cattle you have, the richer you are in the community. So they don't talk about how much cattle they have.
I would so not even judge them because I feel like the way okay, sorry, little contentious, but the way they extract blood without killing the animal is the same way in the modern world we extract milk without killing the animal. So it's to me it's the same thing. Two bodily fluids that are extracted from the cows/buffaloes without their consent, without killing them. So well, who are we to judge them? One is accepted world over, one is accepted within their culture.
I don't accept anything, but okay, that's cool. Um, इसके अलावा तो कुछ नहीं था about Masai people. I think you should. One thing that we didn't finish off is the safari day.
So talking of the safari, so I think most of the day is spent in tracking the kind of animals you want to see, spending some time with them, observing them in their true element, in their true form. And then because we did full day safaris, we got out of the park at 6:30, which is the closing time of the park.
Yeah.
We mostly spent the whole day there. जब तक गेट बंद नहीं हो रहा तब तक हम लोग अंदर ही रहते थे.
Right.
And we even took our packed lunch with us, which we could eat inside the park only.
And what amazing sunsets almost every day that we witnessed. What colors, what light, what orange in the landscape.
And even rainbows, because on some days
Rainbows.
it was raining.
It was raining, dark clouds. It's just too much. Everything was very cinematic in the wild, and it just made it a very memorable experience. And then रात को आके वापस probably having a very good homely dinner cooked by the team at WBB, because Indian company है तो एकदम ऐसे खिचड़ी दाल चावल
Sambar also one day.
सांबर इडली
Oh my
सांबर
God,
बना
so
था.
good.
इडली नहीं बनी थी, सांबर बना था, और सांबर और चावल था आई थिंक.
Oh, very delicious food though.
वेरी डिलिशियस फूड. उपमा खाया, इतना भयंकर भरपूर और मतलब मस्त, बहुत अच्छा खाना.
Actually, that's a good point. So even if you're a vegetarian, especially if you're traveling with such a company, you get really delicious food and very
Yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
vegetarian meals as well.
She was cooking मतलब she cooked vegetarian meals only, for most of our time, because I think उनके टाइम पे वही थे, वेज लोग ही आए थे.
Yeah.
Vegan food also she made.
Vegan food also. She did not add any ghee to my sambar, which I was very grateful for.
No tadka with, she like, I give ghee tadka, but
Just for you, I'm
no
giving normal
तेल
tel
तड़का.
tadka.
वेरी स्वीट. मतलब खाने पीने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं थी. हमारी गाड़ी तक में खाना भरा हुआ था थ्रू आउट. जो हम कचरा वापस नायरोबी ले आए, पूरा भरा हुआ था. एंड इट मेड फॉर सच अ, क्या बोलते हैं, चिल एक्सपीरियंस. कि हम लोग वी वर नॉट हैंग्री एवर. ऑलवेज समथिंग टू ईट इन द कार. ऑलवेज, मतलब उनको पूछते हैं भूख लगा है, चाय कॉफ़ी, रुकना है, वी कैन स्टॉप हियर, नो प्रॉब्लम. सो इट्स अ वेरी wholesome experience. And we also got to we also fed them. It's not just that they were feeding us. We had some basin. For some reason we were carrying basin, and we thought कि let's make कांदा भजी. इतना मौसम सुहाना था उस दिन.
Obviously.
जल्दी
तो
आ गए थे उस दिन. हमारा ये नहीं था उस दिन, सफारी नहीं थी, मौसम सुहाना था, तो हमने सोचा कांदा भजी बनाते. तो कांदा भजी बना के हमने वहाँ के लोगों को भी खिलाई. तो they were like, very nice.
the Kenyan chef over
Yeah.
there was so impressed by kanda bhaji. His eyes opened so wide as soon as he ate it, and he was like, "Oh, this is so good! Wow, what is this?" So, in conclusion, I wanted to ask you, what was your most memorable moment of visiting Masai Mara and Kenya?
Okay. I think my most memorable moment was it was every day when I was driving. I think that for me always stood out because I got to enjoy every minute of my day when I was driving, and it was just not the animals. मतलब साइड में लायंस दिख रहे हैं, चीतास दिख रहे हैं, हाइनास, पुम्बे दिख रहे हैं, क्या क्या दिख रहे हैं, लेकिन the fact that I could drive on those roads in a different country in a national park was my biggest highlight and something that I will cherish for a lifetime. What was your highlight of the trip?
मेरे लिए ड्राइविंग था, yes, one. And that one moment where I was driving in the open fields of, वैसे तो this was from Serengeti, and हमारे आसपास wildebeests थे, zebras भाग रहे थे, and just in
Yeah.
that open field, and I was like giddy and laughing, and I was like, oh my god, life is amazing, this is so good. I think that was one. And just being able to see and appreciate animals in their raw and true element, because we read about them, we see documentaries and a lot of shows about them, but to be able to actually observe them in front of you is such an honor and privilege. And it is then that you realize that we really need to do our best to buy them. Matlab, because humans are in such a position that we exploit nature and its resources so much, we must do better. That was my realization, and I think just the best feeling ever.
So you would recommend everybody do this trip?
Of course, it is a once in a lifetime, or maybe hopefully more in a lifetime kind of an experience. And 100% I would recommend it.
Go to Masai Mara.
Go, just go.
Just go.
Yeah, just go. But if there's just one place I would recommend as an international destination that you must experience, I may have said this before, but this is it.
Masai Mara.
Kenya and Tanzania का ये trip
Not
is
Northern Lights.
Northern Lights ठीक है वो भी
Yeah, it's कैसे ही कर सकते हैं? What is more important है? Why, if you like wildlife, go there. If you like sky show, you go to Finland or Norway and experience the Northern Lights. So मतलब you should, if you have $2,500 to spare for 6-7 days, including flights, then I think you should consider going to Masai
go do
Mara.
it. Yeah. And with that, we come to an end of this episode.
With that, we come to the end of the episode, guys. We have put in a lot of effort. You're seeing that we are using really nice mics, really nice chair. 2 episodes से consistency maintain हुई है हमारी. मैं makeup कर रहा हूँ, अच्छे कपड़े पहन रहा हूँ. This is very new to me, guys. I don't think I have put in so much effort for content ever. So this is a learning experience. Shout out to everybody at TWN. We have Omkar, we have Shalini, we have Anushka, we have Janvi. This is the first time that we've collectively put in so much effort into telling travel stories, personal stories. So if you really like what we're doing, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments or on this email ID that we are popping up on your screen. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.